everyone, my name is Malvika Gupta, and today we are going to discuss another problem of Leetcode or two-pointer approach, which is long pressed name. At the end of this video, you will get the reference also for this particular problem. So let us discuss that how to solve this problem and what this problem actually says about. Right. So I'll be continuing with this one. So this is the problem statement. Suppose your friend is typing his name into a keyboard. Sometimes when typing a character C, the key might get long pressed and the character will be typed one or more times. You examine the typed characters of the keyboard. Return true if it is possible that it was your friend's name with some characters being long pressed. Okay. Let us suppose what this actually the problem statement is saying. This problem statement is saying that suppose if I'm writing a name, suppose if my name is Malvika and someone is writing my name, suppose someone this is the spelling of my name, suppose. Okay, and sometimes it happens maybe if one of my friend is writing and he or she might have pressed N three times, A one time, L two times, B one time, I, and then K two times, and then so what I need to check it, like if suppose somehow they have missed or they have typed multiple times a single character. So what may happen? I need to check out whether the characters occurring in my name are occurring here also and in the same quantity. If suppose there is Malvika, M is there, so it is not an issue that it is occurring for three times, but at least once it is occurring, right? A, same is the case with A. If you can see that A is also there, so in my spelling, A is there. Then it is occurring L. L is there. No matter that it is occurring twice over here, but it is here at least once it is present, right? Same is the case with B, I, and K. Now you can see with the K, here if you see the typing, at the time of typing, they have typed it, rather, I mean, just by mistaken, they have typed it twice. But you can see from here that it is actually for at least once it is occurring. And the last is A, right, which is also occurring. Make sure that whenever your friend is writing or typing your name, you need to see that whether the characters are occurring in the same order, which is the order of my name. If you can see over here, that A is occurring for twice. So I cannot deal it like this. So suppose my name is this one and I have written it triple M, double A, double L, V I, double K. But from here A is missing. So it is not the correct one because A is occurring after the A. So if A is occurring after the A for the four times, then it does not matter. It will definitely returns you true because this is the same spelling of my name, which is the spelling of my name. So maybe they have mistyped it or they have long pressed the particular character, but still the characters are in that particular order, whichever is the order of my name. So always make sure about it. So what the question is saying, what the problem statement is saying, that I hope you have understood this problem. So what it is saying that if your typed character is same as your name, is your named characters, so then you have to return true. Otherwise, you have to return false. So make sure that if your length is whatever, though we are not going to judge about the length, but we know that if my characters are same and it is also occurring in the same order, so I can return true. Otherwise, I need to return false. Okay. If you see from here, there's an input and output. If there is an example, if you see Alex is here, Alex is here. If you write, you can see A is occurring here, A is occurring here. No matter it is occurring for twice, but it is at least once it is required, so it is occurring over here in this array, in this string. If you check for L, L is once it is here, it is also here. Same is the case with E. Here it is occurring twice, but once it is occurring because here only I require it for the one time. Same X, if you see X is occurring here, X is occurring here. So it will return true. So no matter I have pressed it, I have pressed while typing the name Alex, I have pressed this twice, no matter, but it is actually giving me true, and the same way the characters are occurring in the same order, which is the name of which is in the order of Alex, right? Now, if you see for the second example, you can find it out like S is occurring, okay, that's fine. Here you can also see that S is occurring for twice, but it's okay because S is required at least for once. Then you check for A. A is also correct because A here it is occurring for twice, but here we need it for once. So we have the minimum possible requirement. It is completing. Now you see for E. E is here 1. Okay, that is okay. But the next time when you are matching with E, so we have D twice, but E we don't have two times. So this is the mismatch, and here we can say that this will should return false. Fine. I hope you have understood with the following example that what exactly it is going to do, what we have to do in this. So basically, what we are going to do, we have to take one name, which is the original name, and another one is string, which is the typed string, where we have to find out that yes, this is by mistakenly or somehow they have pressed it for the long time. So maybe the characters are occurring for more than once or more than the required limit, like required amount, but it is actually there for the minimum possible requirement they are completing. And also the characters are pressed in the same order which is required. Fine, I hope you have understood this one. So now if you see that this is the constraint which is required, so length of the name should be okay, and the type length is less than equals to 1000. We need to be sure about it. Name and type consist of only lowercase English letters. Only this is the condition which we need to follow, that we have only lowercase English letter. You can see it in the examples also, that we have only taken the lowercase letters. So there should not be uppercase letters, because this is the only problem for the lowercase. This is actually designed like this. This is the constraint, right? So if I design with the solution, if I take suppose this one, because this is a two pointer approach, so what we can do, we can match it from here. Suppose I am writing it here Alex, okay, 0 1 2 3, and here it was Alex was also written over here. So if you can see what is the spelling, double A and double E was there, so we can write it AAL E, E, and X. So if you number them 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is L, sorry. Okay. So now you can see this is, suppose if I go with this one, so you can find out that we have a function which is Boolean function. Why it is Boolean function? Because we need to return true and false value. So that is why Boolean function is required. So now we have two things, which one is name string and the other one is the typed string. So I am taking, this is my name string, which is the original one, and this is my typed string, which is the which type, and maybe it is having some long pressed characters also. Right? It is not mandatory, but we are just checking that whether if somehow we have pressed a particular character for multiple times, then still we are getting the name out of those strings, right? So now you can see the length of this particular name is what? This is 4, and the length of this type is 6. Now we can see, we can do one thing, we can check it out, that if I start, suppose this is my I, and for this I am starting with J. So I am starting J equals to 0 and I equals to 0. As we used to do in the two pointer approach, that we can start from here, as and when I'll get A matched from here, so I will increment I, otherwise J will get incremented, because we need to move from here. Now you have understood, we need to match this entire typed string to the name string. So this string is larger. Obviously, this string is going to be the longer one as compared to the named string, which is the original one, because multiple pressing of the characters is also there. So we will be running this particular loop for the entire time, because we need to match it out. And this loop we will be running according to this one, right? Name string. So what I am going to do, we will match. If suppose I is equal to 0, if I take it like this, I equals to 0 and J is equal to 0 for the first time. And if you see, if my name of I is equal to type of J, if you see that A is equal A, yes, correct. So what I can do, I just move my I to 1 and J will also go to 1, because it is matched. Fine. Next time I can check with, now I is 1. So it means my I is here and my J is also moved to here. It started from here and now it moves to this particular point. Now if you see I is equal to 1, then I equals to 1. A of I is L. Name of I is L. But type of J is what? Type of J is A still. So it is wrong. Right? So what you can do, you can check it out that whether this and this are equal or not. This we can say that, because we need to find out that what sort of condition we can prove, so that we can return false also. Okay, so that we will do in the next step. First, we will match that whether we are going in the correct direction or not with the two pointer approach. Now, if I is not incremented, but J has to be incremented, because we will be moving to the next point. So what happened in the next step? I will remain at 1 and j will move to 2. Now my j is at this point. Now if you see, I is L because name of I is L, but type of j is also L. So this is true. This condition has also become true. So what will happen? I will increment my I to 2 and j to 3 because j will move. Now I will go to this particular position. Okay. What is that name of I? It is E. And what is that name of j? J because j will move to this position and name of and type of j is also. So this condition is again true. What will happen? I equals to 3. Okay. And j will go to 4. I is equal to 3 is name of I because I am taking for I loop I variable I am taking as an iterator for the name string and j I am taking as an iterator for the type string. So I will move to this particular point, and if you see at name of I it is x, but if you go for j equals to 4 because now j has come to this particular point, it is still e. So this is not match. So I will not get incremented. What we will do, we will go to I equals to 3. I will remain at the same position, but j will move to 5. It means it moves to the last position. J equals to 5. What will happen then? We will have to check what is the value at j equals to 3. I name of I equals to 3. It is x is equal x. This condition is again. Now what happens? I becomes 4 and j becomes 6. And at 6 we don't have any value, so we'll come out of the loop. So it means we can say because we need to return the Boolean output either true or false. If it is matching, then we have to return true. If it is not, then we need to return false. So for the true value, what I'm going to do at the last, if I can compare the value, because my loop has started from 0 and it went off till the end, because we need to match this particular one, this particular. Okay, so if I can do it like this, that if my value of I, the index value of I is equal to my name length, then I can directly return it. I hope you have understood this. Fine. We can do it like this. Okay, so this is the case when we have a true condition. Now, if we can go for this Saeed also, we will go for the next one. If you check, if suppose I am writing this is SAEED, and the type one is double S, double S, double A, E, double D. So I can write it SAEED, and the next one is, I think, double S. Let me check once again. Double S, double A, E, and double D. We can try it also. So let's see whether we are getting the correct one. So this is also again name, and this is my type, right? So name, the length of my name is, if I'll go with it, then it is 5, and the type length of type is 7. Okay. So obviously this is longer than this one, so we will be running our loop till this one. So what again? I will be taking I is as an iterator for my name one and j is an iterator for my type. So initially I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 0. Same case I am applying. So s is equal to s, name of I is equal type of j. So what I am getting, this is going to be my statement which I am going to match. Okay. Now s is equal s, condition is true. This is true. Okay, fine. So what will happen? I will get incremented to 1 and j will also get incremented to 1. Now I is a, name of I is a, and if you check, because I was earlier here, now I is here and j is also here. Now if you check over here, j is your s. So s will not go, right? This is wrong. Now what will happen? I will remain at 1, but j will go to the next index, which is 2. Now if you add 2, you see, so what will happen? A is equal A. So then the condition is again 2. So I will get incremented to 2 and j will incremented to 3. So I will move to this particular position and j will move to this particular position. At I2, name of I, it is E. And if you see here also, then it is A. Again, this condition is false. So what will happen? I will remain at the same position. But what we will do, we will increase the value of j. The index j will move to 4. Now, I is 2. It's okay. And then At 4, we will find out in the type 1, E is occurring. This is matched. This is actually matched. So what will happen? I will become 3 and J will become 5. Now, when I will come to this particular position, okay, so at that, with this position, we will get E. But what will happen when we are moving to J? We are finding out that we are getting over here D. Now, this is a mismatch. This is the problem which we are getting. Okay, so what is this problem? This is the problem if this kind of situation happens. It means that it will give us a false value. Why it is going to give us the false value? Now you need to check for this condition. So what we can do, that if suppose I need to match, this is the condition, it will be true if my type of J is not equal to type of J minus 1. Then this condition will be false. I hope you have understood this one. Because if it is occurring for the 2 times, and if suppose here it is E present over here, then it means this condition will never be true. But now you can see that it is occurring for twice, but here we have changed here the character has been changed. So it means that this position is jth position and this is the J minus 1th position. But these are two unequal positions. Unequal values are present at these two positions. So what will happen in this case? We will get the output false. So this is how we are going to return this particular thing. I hope you have understood the solution. So if I try to make this solution properly, so I can write it like this. That suppose I am making a equation. I am writing this as a, like, suppose for I have started from here from J. I have started from 0 to type dot length, which I told you earlier that because this is the longer one, and it will keep on doing step by step, one. This will do. So I'm matching the character because you should understand this thing, that the value of my index ith index should always be less than the name length of my name. Only then we will be able to continue, because more than that we won't be able to continue. So what I'm writing, if my the length of my is less than my name of length, and also I'm just matching if name of is equal type of J, which we had actually we were doing. So what we need to do, then I plus plus I equals to I plus 1 I am doing. Okay. Otherwise, else if suppose if it is not happening, so what we need to do, there is a case either we don't have any match. So what does it mean? That loop doesn't belong, because maybe possible that this typed length is also not working for us, or something has happened that we have only J value 0 and after this it's not working. So what will happen? Either the condition will be like J, suppose J is equal 0, okay, because that would be false only on this case, or the basis of type length, name length, it is okay. It is the original value, so we cannot change with this string. And then we can also check that if my type J is not equal to my type of J minus 1, as I told you earlier also in this case, which we have discussed here only, that if these two values are not equal for this kind of situation, then it shows that there will be there is a problem, right? So we directly are returning false. Okay. Otherwise, if this condition is true, then what I am returning? I am returning true, and true basis on what? If my I is equal name dot length, so it will directly return to true. This is what the solution looks like, right? So if suppose I wanted to see this solution whether it is working for the Leetcode or not, so I am just trying to write it in here also. So let's see that we have made you can see this is a long boolean and string name is there, typed string is there. So I'm just taking int I equals to 0, which is my first iterator for the name length. Now I am just starting with for int J equals to 0, J is less than type dot length, sorry, type dot length, and then J plus plus, because we need to do the increments. Then if I am checking condition, if my I is less than name dot length, okay, and I'm writing it, if my name of I, okay, is equal type of J, okay. So if it is equal, then what I am doing, I am just doing I plus plus, Otherwise, else if I am writing it, else if I am just checking whether if my loop has not worked at all, so j is equal 0, j is remaining at 0 only, or we can also check because this condition has also occurred which already for the duplicate element. So I am just checking whether my previous element is equal to my current element or not. So type of j is equal type of j minus 1. That type of condition can occur only in these cases where, like suppose we have multiple characters, same characters occurring twice or thrice, right? So if this situation is happening, then what I am writing return false directly. Otherwise, because this is done now, so what we can return? We can return it directly to the return if the value of my I is equal name dot length. Okay, we will see whether we have run, we could run it properly or not, because this should happen after once the loop has been executed finally. So let's check for this one at what we can do here. Okay, so we are okay. So you can see from here that if I submit this one, so let's see what will happen if there is any kind of error occurring or not. Okay, so this is giving me a wrong answer. So what we need to search for, we need to say what could be the problem. So let's see what problem it is there, because I have missed it. Sorry, I have done one typing error over here. So now let's submit it again, because type should not be equal to type j minus 1, otherwise it will always return false. So now it has been submitted, so it is there. Yeah, you can see from here that we have submitted this program successfully. So this is the solution. I hope you have understood this particular solution over here. I have explained you this according to this particular algorithm which I have written over here. You try to run according to this one, because this is the same thing which we have considered in this particular one. Okay, for references you can take this reference, the long press name. You can directly write this on the Google. You can search it from there. Thank you.